Hey, so today I'm gonna do Tough Love Co-Ed season 5, episode 3. It was about basically Mars versus Venus. This episode, I want to give a shout out to Kyle Keller. Her Twitter name is @Miss Kyle Keller, and also Soraya Jones. It's @SorayaJones. I want to give them a shout out because they tweeted me today, and I was tweeting back like tweeting with them today. So let's get into it with the show. It starts off where it left off, kind of like where it ended, where the guys, after the meeting, Stu was going off because he felt like he was tricked and played and everything by Monica, which he was, and I was the same way. It was like, that's what you get, because you're supposed to be the player, and now you got played. That's what you get when you do women like that. It always comes back karma on your ass. So, Stu, I was on his side this episode, then he was giving me get on my nerves on this episode, but we'll get into it. Anyway, Monica comes in. She talks to Stu because she wants to get a follow-up. Well, I guess Steve wanted her to get a follow-up with him after everything. And she was telling him, like, I didn't have no intention to trick you, and it wasn't nothing really bad. She just basically wanted to get to know where his head was. He was like, no hard feelings. So they start talking, and she was asking him basically, like, where do it shift from player Steve to relationship Steve? And that's when he was like, he was a chubby kid back in the past or whatever. And I was thinking, like, so if you're a chubby kid, Stu, then you know what it's like to hurt to be hurt. So why would you hurt somebody else? That's what I don't get. Like, when people finally get, they physique right or whatever, then they want to start being assholes. And I'm sitting there like, won't you remember how it felt when you was dogging somebody out and you were getting played and stuff like that? Then start thinking of it like that, Stu. Because what Stu was giving me with being a player, I was just like, I don't know why girls fall for this bullshit. Anyway, after that, he also said he had a fear of rejection. Okay, like I said, Stu, grow up. Soraya, she started to say that, she trusts Easy, and she's talking to Christopher or whatever, and she was talking about how she trusts Easy, and they start, low-key flirting with each other. I don't like Christopher. I hope he grow on me, but by this third episode, I don't like him because he's very, very childish, and he's too old to act like that. Him and Stu give me this such childish tease that I just be like, really? This is how guys really think and act, like, oh my God, like, you guys are too old to be acting like that. So they was low-key flirting, whatever. So then they get all called down to the meeting room, I don't know, the group room, whatever you want to call it. And Steve tells them that they're going on the little thing today. Everybody got to get ready, so everybody kind of nervous or whatever. And they also tell them it's going to be a test with the men versus the women. So then after that, they all get ready or whatever. They all saying who's gonna win or whatever like that. So after that, they all go to this place. Steve is gonna be the host. They have a game show set up. So Steve's the host, and it's men versus women, and the show is called Gender Gap. So they survey 200 men and women. And the women have to guess what the men answers will be. The men have to guess what the women answers will be, vice versa. So they go through all these different questions and all this stuff like that. And first the men were beating the women, and then the women came back up and they won the men. Because I was just like, these answers are such, when it comes to the men, just think douchebag, really. And then you'll get the answers. Now, I wrote some of the questions when they were talking about the women telling their sex partners. That answer is going to always be 0. A woman will never tell you how many people she slept with. Never. I don't care what a man says, how he thinks he's going to always be the only one. He was the only one. He was the best one. Man, stop thinking like that. You will never find out how many people a woman slept with. You will never find out who was her best lover because y'all can't take it. You can't take the real number of how many men slept with. You will never be able to take if you not the best lover. So don't ask those two damn questions. I'm just saying, do never ask those questions. Don't ask no questions you don't really want no answers to from a woman. I'm just saying. When it was talking about the guys, how long would you wait before you have sex? And the answer was 3 days. They lying. And I agree with the women. Men will have sex with you at the first time you say, boo, baby, let's go. Men, I don't too much see men saying, no, nuh-uh. If a woman is coming strong, he might not call her after that, but he's going to sleep with her. I don't know why men do this, but hey. Now, women, maybe 3 days. Men, hell to the no. You find one, let me know, because I just ain't never too many seen one that don't try. You know what I'm saying? They might have to because a woman may say, hey, we ain't having sex till after 3 days, but I ain't never seen a man not try. Or at least talk about it and try to make it come up in conversation. Portia was such a sore loser in this. I don't like sore losers. I like people that just like to play games fair. I was talking to my son earlier about people competing and stuff like that. And I'm the type of person, I just want you to play the game fair. If I win or lose, just let's play it fair. And Portia just was complaining. She was talking about how she not going to answer nothing else. And I'm sitting there like, this shit, I don't nobody care anyway. After that, Steve just lets them know, like, you know, men and women doesn't see everything the same. Like, you're always going to have a perception of men. You're always going to have a certain perception of women. It's never going to be the same. So then they all go back to the house. They in the hot tub talking. Kyle calls out Soraya and Christopher in a little love fest, flirting, whatever. Everybody in the house sees that they like each other and they flirting or whatever. And Soraya said, like, after she turned 30, if she ain't found a man, I guess Christopher gonna be 38, and so they're gonna get married. Soraya, well, if you wait till you're 30 and he waits till he's 38, he's gonna still be 30. Regardless if he's 38, he's gonna still be 30. You're gonna be way past him. You are not gonna want him. Trust me. If he's still a child now, as old as he is, he's gonna be like that later. Then after that, Soraya says that most of her guys, you know, they were asking questions in the hot tub, and she was saying, like, would it be okay if your girl had male friends? So, because she was saying mostly her friends are guys, and I'm the same way. Most of my friends are guy friends, so if a dude was with me and he couldn't trust me, that would be on him. And then Christopher, like, kind of jumped on her side, like, you know, you should be able to trust your girl. Stu was feeling like hell to the no. Most of the guys were saying no, but I think Christopher was the only one, like, I'm sure of this conversation. But Stu was getting upset because Christopher was, like, calling him out like, dude, you won't be able to be trusted around your friend's girl if you was attracted to her or if she was flirting with you. And Stu was like, well, I don't trust, like, myself around girls or some shit he said. And I was just like, that's the reason why. But my thing, you would never have a girlfriend if you would not be able to trust her around guys. And I have a problem with guys saying girls can't be friends with guys. Like, that shit is the stupidest thing to me. Everybody, they get called back down. Steve tell them they're going to go on dates, and they're going to be a focus group of 6 men, 6 women that's going to watch them on their dates, and then it's going to be a hot seat, and the seat is going to get hotter if the date is, like, turning to the left or whatever. And so they co-work with Sunny just in case the seat got too hot for them. So first it was Soraya. Soraya's on her date. They seem like they like each other. This is their second date. They seem like they like each other. The date is going good until Soraya started talking about the curse in her family. She got ADD. She's been cheated on. All that. That was too. And I agree with Steve. That was too much damn information. Not the ADD, but to say that you always get cheated on, that was too much information because a guy is going to look at like, damn, if she's always getting cheated on, what's wrong with her? So that's what I saw with that one. Stu, he's usually the player type, and he went out with, I think her name was Sam. They went okay, but then he said something stupid, but then he redeemed himself. Stu made his day fun and funny, so the girls was able to like, oh, he has a sense of humor. And girls like that. If you can make us laugh, then that's cool. Judy, she went up on her date. I don't remember his name, but they talked about kids, and he said he liked kids. He worked on in child care, so they was cool. He said if he never had a child, then he would have died. So they date went okay. I don't think Hurst ever went into the red. Portia, she just so high maintenance. I don't like her. She tell her date that she's high maintenance. She asked him if he's high maintenance. What dude's gonna recite Chris with the K? Who's gonna say that they're high maintenance? Maybe that's who you need to go out with, Portia. Maybe you need to go with Chris K. I don't know. But her seat was hot as hell, and she kept on calling out the word Sunny. She was Sunny D, Sunny this, because she wanted the hell to get up out of that. But I'm like, you're just making the shit go hotter because you keep on talking and you keep on saying stuff. The guys are really turned off by you, Portia. Sorry. Then it was Kyle, and I think his name was Rusty. They was seeming like they was cool at first until she just seemed like she was interviewing the hell out of him. Like, my thing was, wait for an answer, Kyle. Like, you just kept hitting him with question after question after question, and you never was letting him answer. Then, after that, only thing I liked about Kyle, she didn't even trip about that hot seat. She knew that shit was burning her ass, and she did not trip. She didn't flinch, nothing. He got up, he walked away, and it was cool. I just say, breathe. Breathe, Kyle. Like, I think out of all the girls, I like Kyle. I think she's really here to find somebody. She's really here to learn about herself. I like her. Paz, he was like the muscle boy. He was talking about it. He liked to work out. She asked him about the gym or whatever, and he was talking about he don't overdo it. All the ladies laughed because everybody sees that you overdo it, looking like you on steroids, Paz. That's all I'm saying. Paz seemed like a cool dude, but he just seemed like he alive to get in your panties. After that, Kyle just said she just wants a guy to like her, and I was like, that's cool. Then they get back to the group, and he tells everybody, goes through everybody, telling who's the best, what the guys saw, all that kind of stuff. So the best person was Stu. The girl rated him a 8 out of 1 through 10. They kind of liked each other. They were both comfortable. They were both nervous. She said she wasn't related to Steve, so everybody started laughing at that. And they'll go out again. So I was like, okay, cool. Soraya dude, he liked her. He was like, everybody got a little ADD in him. Like I said, only thing the problem was is that she been cheated on a lot and stuff like that. But he really liked her. But I think they said she was going to go on another date with somebody else. Paj, they liked him because they feel like he's going to be a family man, whatever. They don't know the real Paj to me. Judy, they liked her. He would like to go on another date with her. He rated her an 8. He liked kids, so that's what made they conversation really cool. Kyle, she was in a hot seat, and she got a 6.5. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's not who deserved to be in a hot seat. But she also told me that there were a second hot seat. So I hope the second hot seat was Portia because they didn't show it. But I don't think she should have been in a hot seat. He just was, like, telling her, like, she tried to, well, she said she tried too hard because she really wants a relationship. Steve said that she hides her emotions. Her date was like, he didn't know where it was going, you know what I'm saying, because he couldn't read her. And to me, I'd be like, that's a good thing when you can't read a person in the first date because you want that some kind of mystery. You don't want to hide too much, but you do, you know what I'm saying, don't want to put too much out there. Kyle was crying, and I was just like, oh my God, I feel bad for her because I'm like, damn, like, she shouldn't be in this fucking stupid hot seat. That's why I was getting mad, because I was like, she shouldn't be in a hot seat. But that was basically it on the show, on Tough Love, Co-Ed, Season 5, Episode 3. I really like this episode out of the first 2 previous episodes. I like this one because it shows you more about them, and they didn't show Chris K. So make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Keek. I do everything by thaghettoview, THA, not THE, except my Instagram is MissNika, MIZZNEKA69. Make sure you guys follow Soraya and Kyle on Twitter because they do talk back to you guys. So make sure you follow them. Make sure you follow Mike B801 because he also does Tough Love reviews. So check him out. All right, peace.